Welcome back. Time once again to spend some time with Fiona Zippin of the Original Kids Video Store in Toronto.
Hi, Bruce.
Hi. Big question. I mean, if I go with my spouse to rent a video, it can take a long time. Little arguments over I know, but going with a bunch of kids.
Don't go with a bunch of kids.
Asking for trouble.
Don't. You're asking for trouble. But there are some things that you can do if you're trying to find a video to cover a large age range and a group of kids. There are some things that you can do beforehand. You can you can ask the older one, for example, to be your ally. Say if the older one is 12, 13, 14, you ask the child, what did he really enjoy when he was Johnny's age, when he was 6 or 8 or 4, however the older was. Ask him what his favorite film was, and then ask him if he could introduce that film to the child. And go to the video store and aim for that film, and that way the older one feels responsible. He has something to share, and it's something that he will want to see again because he will have forgotten all about it.
That's a good idea. You can get into a video store and get completely misled by titles and by, we've got 2 examples here that you brought along. This one, here's a wonderful title. I would shy away from this for kids. Don't Tell Mom. And if you look at the box itself, it looks like the kids have offed their mother.
Or the babysitter.
Or the babysitter.
Yeah, I stayed away from this movie for a long time because I just you know, assumed what it was about. In actual fact, the kids have nothing to do with this situation, and the film has actually very good values in it. And after I saw the film, I realized what a misleading thing this was. And I think sometimes there are a lot of films that that parents don't choose because of the title. There's another one called Better Off Dead. I mean, would you rent that for your child? No, but it's one of the few films that has really good female role models in it.
Now, if you look at this picture, what's he doing with his shirt off?
Yeah, exactly.
And how old is she anyway?
Exactly. And the reason that that Charlie Sheen here doesn't have a shirt on is because the poor girl is washing it for him.
This is a film called Lucas.
Lucas, which is a wonderful, wonderful film for teenagers.
Let's say you've got a bunch of kids coming over. You're going to show a film to them. They're of all ages.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Is it possible?
Well, it's probably better to get the older ones to do something else, the little ones to do something else. But if you really are stuck with the situation, there are a couple of things that you can do. There are some films that will bridge the age range that won't really terrify your little one, and that the 14-year-olds will sit and watch. I mean, things like Beethoven is a good example. And You Thought Your Parents Were Weird, not a great title, but not a bad movie. Explorers. They go out into space in this one, but the aliens they meet are not scary, they're funny. So that works.
So you're looking for comedy, really?
Comedy, definitely. I mean, stick with that kind of thing. Labyrinth is sometimes scary for little ones, and some little ones think it's very funny. So also it depends a lot on your own child. The other thing you can do is that kids will always watch cartoons. Always. Go for something like a Disney compilation, something like Sport Goofy, you know, those ones they still work well now, and once that's on the TV, your teenager is going to stay and watch it, or something like full-length Bugs Bunny, they still work.
Okay. Now, here's a film about the making of a film.
Yeah. Kids are very interested in the making of films.
It's a great demystifier, too.
It helps little ones, you know, handle things that they might otherwise find scary, and they won't show you even the whole scene. They'll show you just enough of the scene and how it's made. So oftentimes the little one who thinks that he should see a scary film is quite satisfied seeing the making of.
Okay. You've got a birthday party, you've got an overnight situation, and you've got kids of the same age. You want to give them something of value. Yeah. What do you suggest? Well, for overnight birthday parties, you know the first thing that they're going to ask you for are horror films. Yeah. And either you should just say, no, I'm sorry, it's comedies, or nothing. You don't get a film, you get to do something else. If they're really falling down on the floor and making a scene and everything, and you know, my friends are going to think I'm a real idiot. Yeah. There are horror films, of course, that are more benign than others. And stick with something that's got a PG rating. Stick with something maybe that has all sorts of great effects. Stay absolutely away from anything that's rated over AA and anything that has to do with people murdering other people. Yeah. That's just, you know, to me is obvious, but to some people I guess it's not. There are other films, though, that the kids really enjoy, that have really what I call positive values, positive influences, and those films are about
kids who have overcome difficulties or problems. This film, for example, the challenges are for younger kids. It's about a girl who comes up with some very inventive solutions to her problem. The other one, Lean on Me, or something like this, Stand and Deliver. These are films that are based on kids' predicaments in school and how they were handled. The real up movies and
Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken.
Yeah, about a blind girl who really succeeds despite her blindness. And these are the kind of films that show kids how how they can overcome things and really do things even though they're kids.
I want to talk about your book.
Mm-hmm, great.
This is a book about kids' vids, all age groups, categories like misleading titles and misleading covers.
Right.
And what do you tell about each video?
Well, I wrote the book because I couldn't find a book like this on the market. I, as a parent, wanted a book in which films were reviewed, and I wanted to know exactly what was in the movie. I didn't care if it had 3 stars or 5 stars or whatever. I wanted to know, did the dog die? And how does it end?
If it says cursing, what is cursing?
Yeah, it says, if a film says swearing, what exactly do they mean by that? Is there swearing, 2 words, or is it swearing all the way through, or, what's the degree of it? If a film has coarse language, what exactly do you mean by that? Or I wanted to know if there were scenes in it that that really concern my child, or how old, is this okay for my 6-year-old?
Female role models?
Yeah, things like that. So in the book, when we talk about the films, describe the films, we put all that kind of information. So
you give it away.
Absolutely, we give it away.
Yeah.
But you can also take this video store. The aim is to sort of take the book into your own video store, any video store, anywhere, and look up the film and say,
know what you're getting.
Yeah.
Fiona won't give the book away, she'll sell it. Look for it in your store. Fiona, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bruce.
Mike Wolfond is coming up.